I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Sarah Barnes. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Amazing. It's been a great day today.
Well, it's wonderful to hear. And what part of the world are you in right now, Sarah?
I am just outside of Toronto in Canada.
That's wonderful to hear. Then tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
Well, I think you must have connected with me because of my podcast. It's called Two Babes Talk Supply Chain.
Yeah, it's the podcast family podcaster. There we go. So tell us more about your podcast, please, Sarah.
Yeah, so it's called Two Babes Talk Supply Chain, and obviously we talk about supply chain, so logistics and transportation and compliance and all different aspects. I have amazing guests on the show and just love talking to them about their experience in supply chain or international trade and what they're doing in the space. So
who did you learn that skill from, supply chain?
Well, I've been in the logistics and supply chain industry for about 20 years. Yeah,
tell us more. You could go ahead and talk, Sarah. You're good for time.
So I've been in the logistics and supply chain for 20 years, like I just said. Worked for a freight forwarding company. So did all sorts of global transportation, ocean freight, air freight, import, export. Also handled customs clearance. So when you bring a shipment into Canada or wherever in the world, you have to clear it through customs. So I was able to help customers do that, and also warehousing.
Wow.
So if you buy something online, it generally comes from inventory in a warehouse. So they pick the order, they put it in an envelope, and they ship it out to you. So there's a lot of different aspects to warehousing, but that kind of gives everybody a little bit more of a visual because most people buy online.
Exactly. What I do know as well is this means that you were working 24 hours on call, right?
Pretty much. The industry is, it's pretty much 24/7, or it has gotten to be 24/7 with the introduction of e-commerce and technology. So
yeah, I have one friend that does it. Wow, she answers the phone 10 p.m. and has to sound as though it's 9 a.m. And then it's like she's always connecting things, which is pretty fascinating in terms of the skill set it challenges you to become, if you would. Has it done that to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had to put some boundaries on it. But again, it depends what area of the world that you're dealing with. So some of our export people would be dealing with China. And even our import people, actually. So they would be answering emails late into the evening just because of the time difference.
Which is really great. I hope you hear my sarcasm.
Yeah. Well, it's a fascinating space, and it actually has everything to do with the different things that you touch during the day. You know, every single piece of furniture or things that you have in your life have come from different places. And so one aspect of supply chain and logistics would have had something to do with those pieces, either furniture or technology or, whatever you have in your home or even, the books that you write in or you read.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a great story, doesn't it? Like, just to share that idea, because I'm playing with cards in my hand while I'm speaking to you that I got from England from a very good friend, right? And well, again, it's like what do you call it? It's like affirmation cards, like with one word.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you really and I'm on a desk that was probably made in Malaysia. Yeah, it's really fascinating. You're very correct. Wow. Why will you continue to repeat the skill, Sarah? What is it about it you love the most?
I just love the industry. I think that there is a lot of potential in the industry. It is a very old industry. So not a lot of the industry has been digitized, just like some others. And I think there's just a ton of potential. Like I said, I think it touches everybody's lives without them really knowing about it. That's why one of our taglines is, put the sexy into supply chain, because a lot of times people don't see supply chain or logistics as a very sexy topic.
Yeah.
But they actually don't realize how much they know about it or how much it affects their lives. And there's so many moving parts to it to really understand and know. I mean, if you're in transportation, you're problem solving every single day, and no day is the same. So it's a pretty interesting industry to be in.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, Sarah, please tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
So over the last 3 years, I was the director of sales and marketing at Ice Corp Logistics, which is one of our sponsors. So again, the freight forwarding company. And I'm also the owner of a marketplace, an online marketplace for active women and professional female athletes called sarahcaroline.com. And that just launched this year. So we're just going into some marketing campaigns now to let everybody know about it. But we're getting a lot of really, really great feedback from everybody. And apart from that, I'm also on the board of directors for a not-for-profit out of Ottawa, which is the Forum for International Trade Training. So I keep busy.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. How does it make you feel?
Which one?
Well, I think I would sum up the keeping busy, actually. How does that make you feel?
I love it. I'm very good at time management, so I get a lot done during the day, and I like to keep busy. But I'm also able to find a balance most days. I know that's not easy, and I know a lot of people, work on that on a day-to-day basis, and I would say that I'm one of them.
That's great. That's great. Why would you suggest to someone out there that's listening that, hey, if they should be busy, that they be busy in a balanced work life, the way you've done it, where there's the non-profit, there's a business for women, and then there's the supply chain model? Why would you suggest that?
I would just suggest not to be busy just to be busy.
Yeah.
But from a time management perspective, just make the most of the time. Make a list of your absolute priorities. Do the ones that you might not want to do first. And I'm a pen to paper type girl, so I don't do any of this electronically. I write everything down on a piece of paper because I like the fact that I can cross it out when I'm done with it. And I know that my list is kind of shrinking when I'm doing that. So.
Yeah, I love that too. Sometimes I put things on there just so I can cross it off.
Well, that goes back to don't be busy just to be busy.
Yeah. Well, amazing audience. We are live with Sarah Barnes. Again, she is the podcast host, the podcast co-host, right, of Two Babes Talk Supply Chain. Definitely check that out, as well as you can check her out at sarahcaroline.com. Sarah, let's switch gears for a moment now, and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Sarah, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Earliest childhood memory? Oh, I'm not quite sure. That's a tough one. I think maybe St. Lucia when I was 3.
Oh, really? The Caribbean? Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got lots of ties to the Caribbean.
Really?
My husband's family is from Trinidad.
Are you
He was born in
serious?
Yeah. He was born in Canada, but his family is here as well as in Trinidad.
Wow.
So.
When you said yeah, it sounded Trini. That's amazing. So, all right. So you're in St. Lucia, and what's going on there in that memory?
We're out on the deck. It's a beautiful day. Just looking out onto the ocean, just beautiful scenery all around.
How old do you think you were?
I think I was 3.
All right. If you had to connect that memory to who you are now, is it possible for you to do that?
Absolutely.
Oh, really? Tell me. How did you connect it? Tell us.
I am a beach girl. I have to get to the beach 2 or 3 times a year just to feel whole. and I always want to be around water. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but it's definitely coming. I like to paddleboard and just like to be on the beach and around the water. So.
Well, that's intriguing. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Sure.
I love the idea of the sea being one of the main, if not, let's do the main, one of the main shipping areas. And to see that you're in that industry now is just fascinating to me.
Yeah, okay.
It's fascinating, isn't
too.
it?
I didn't go there.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, Sarah, shipping, sea, it all connects. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12? Oh, I have no idea. What was the top song in 1992?
Oh, let me Google it.
We'll have to Google that one. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Was it Salt and Pepper, maybe? I don't know.
All right. We could do Salt and Pepper. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it connects again, right? The sea is definitely salty. I'm not sure where you're getting the pepper from, though.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Sarah. Hey, well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sarah, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Sometimes.
All right. What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, no, it's more than 8.
If you, Sarah, had to sum up who you are in one statement, your own unique real statement, what would you say that is?
Oh, that's a good question. You didn't give me any time to prepare for this one.
Well, I did send the questions. I'm just saying.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see them.
It's cool.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
It's fun though. You're being your authentic self, most definitely. We have you here. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I am strategic.
There we go. You are strategic. Yeah. Wonderful. Yes. Well, Sarah, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, I think this is fantastic. I love what you're doing, and I'm just really glad to be a part of it.
You are welcome. Thanks for being here. Sarah Barnes, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.